Hello, thanks for joining me, astrologer Patrick Arundell, for your March 2021 horoscope forecast. This is for the Sun or the Ascendant. If you've yet to subscribe to my channel, I'd be honoured if you did so now. So please click or tap on the bell notification symbol, because this means that every time I drop a video, you will get a notification of it. Now, if you'd like to chat with me personally about your unique situation, please see below. You can see my list of testimonials and range of services for my one-to-one readings, which I use Zoom or Skype to carry out. Also, if you'd like to ascend above your zodiac sign in a more affordable way, my personal horoscope reports, I'm offering a special offer, 30% off, based on your time, date and place of birth, so totally unique to you. And again, please see below for more information. Hello Sagittarius, and thank you for joining me for your monthly horoscope for March. This month begins with the Sun, the heart of all we are, Venus, the planet of relating and of money, and Neptune, the planet of dreams, all gathered in the tender fourth house of your situation. House 4 is very much about security. It's about our environment. It can be about our feelings, the family. It's about our inner world, but also it can be about finding that home where we feel really tranquil and at ease. And if you have hopes to do that, this month can be absolutely sensational, because on the 13th, Sagittarius, there is a stunning new moon. A new moon in the sign of Pisces, which combines very closely to Neptune. Now, Neptune can be draining, it can be deceptive, it can be in some ways quite opaque. But I think this particular new moon with Neptune involved is going to be very positive. If you can give yourself the permission perhaps to be a little bit more vulnerable. Now, that may seem a strange thing to say, but being a fire sign and also mutable, change and activities and expansion and excitement and information, all these things really switch you on. But if you do find yourself pausing and feeling more reflective, perhaps about the past, perhaps about loved ones, perhaps about your environment that you want to create, this can be a time for you to manifest a deeper sense of peace and spiritual wholeness in your situation. And of course, one of the ways we can get that is through physical structures too. And therefore, if you're wanting to move, you're wanting to find that perfect home, or you're wanting to remodel an existing one with decoration, or perhaps some water feature in your outdoor space, or some planting, or you're thinking of getting some kind of outdoor space that you could cultivate vegetables in, all of these things can be absolutely lovely. If you find yourself going out in nature, particularly anywhere where there's the sea, a river or a lake, that also can be very uplifting for you. But you know, at the start of this month, your ruler Jupiter is in a glorious alliance with Mercury. Now, Mercury is about how we think, how we express our ideas. It can be about communications in general, distribution too, transport. But in your third house, it's very much about your belief system and ideas. And your natural buoyancy and enthusiasm is something that I think really makes, is one of your most special gifts. And that can be amplified in the first week of this month. So if there's something you want to tell people about, then they can be very impressed by how you're conveying your message. So whether this is something deeply personal, of a sensitive or emotional nature, or something to do with a product or a service, you can do it with aplomb. Now, it is true that Mercury is in shadow through to the 13th. That means it's not in retrograde, but it's not quite back at the point where the retrograde began. That happens on day 13 alongside that new moon. So that's a pivotal day. But so is the 4th. Because on the 4th, Mars, the planet of passion, the planet of desire, the planet of drive, moves into your sector of the 7th house. Now, this is about where you interact with others. It can mean in the following 6 weeks that you find yourself being more competitive. or it could see you marking out your boundaries, particularly as you are going to be feeling more sensitive at times this month. So if there are people who don't quite get those boundaries, come into your space without your permission and seem to steal your energy in some kind of way, Mars moving into this area can be terrific. But Mars in the 4th house can also be wonderful for your love life. If you're looking to meet somebody new, I think the combination of being in touch with your feelings and also in touch with how you can connect to others makes for a wonderful combination. But on the 15th of this month, Mercury does move into Pisces too, and it moves out of that very bubbly 3rd house. It could mean that your thinking gets a little bit more inward, or it may mean that you're thinking about spending more time with family members, or perhaps you're going to be writing things of a more deeply personal nature. But in week 2, Venus and Neptune also come together in quite a magical way. This can make you very, very sentimental, very nostalgic. It could see you really being absolutely exalted if you can get your home or move to a home which really gives you all of the things you want. So a very special opportunity is presented to you. But so is the 20th, because that's when the vernal equinox occurs, and it occurs at 9:38 Universal Central Time. The sun powers into Aries to start the new cycle, the new phase of the 12-month cycle of the Western tropical zodiac. Now, the sign of Aries, of course, shares your fire triplicity. So the kind of watery, emotional energy, which is dominated, makes way for more thrust. You're going to feel more outgoing. You're going to feel livelier. Also, glorious Venus joins up with the Sun on the 21st, and they're going to be very closely aligned for 10 days. If you're wanting to draw someone to you, the mix of this and Mars in your 7th house, and by the way, Mars also links in a perfect alliance with the North Node in the last 10 days too, is going to give you a very evocative mix of energies. You can be flirty, you can be fun, you can be playful, but also you can let someone know that you are meaningful in terms of your interest in them. Also, in the last 2 weeks of this month, Mars and Saturn forge a really fantastic alliance, 120-degree trine, which enables, Saturn's about structures, Mars is about that drama of expansion and going for it. So if you do have a connection to someone, whether it's a business partner, someone who shares a hobby or a philosophical interest, or it is more romantic, I think there's something about you that people are going to know that what you say is what you mean, which is absolutely fabulous. Now, there is a full moon which occurs on the 28th in the sign of Libra, and ironically on the other side of the heavens, with Venus still very close to the Sun, this therefore is a very Venus orientated full moon. I think it's possible that trying to keep all of the people happy all of the time may prove a bit of a challenge, because your popularity is going to be skyrocketing as this month comes to a close. That's something to really relish. And after some of the soul searching that I feel will be part of the earlier part of the month, don't see that as a negative. It's part of really getting more closely in touch with who you are. As I said before, your main mode of being is very dramatic, it's very progressive, and there has been this need to pause and to digest and to sort things out, but you're going to catapult forwards in the most wonderful ways as this month draws to a close. Just be aware, with Mercury tangling with Neptune in the last 4 days, that if someone is telling you some information, they could, not necessarily intentionally, mislead. Maybe they're just not going to be as clear as they could be. So just bear that in mind. Please stay safe, take care, good luck, and goodbye.